leichter. Fangen wir mit Caleb an. Hm. Machen wir das so.
So the prince wasn't too disappointed?
She didn't express her gratitude at any rate.
With you, she must not be used to failure. The others were pretty surprised, in fact.
Were they?
Some of them think you're not as motivated as you used to be. They think you're tired. They're wrong, aren't they?
Weil ich einen Dude gegessen habe am Ende.
Doubting me should not become a habit, Fang. I shouldn't have to reassure you.
Unfortunately, I'm not the one who needs to be reassured. You didn't tell me what was in those files you gave the prince.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
To make up your own mind about something, the best way is to go to the source. And apparently, Jason Moore is well informed.
I see. You'll have to be patient, Fang.
Do you think that this setback will be an issue for our plans to...
A favor from the prince wouldn't have hurt. But it's not the be-all, end-all in determining your fate. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I just want to get it over with. Like when you're going into finals.
Even if there's no going back?
It's a little late for that, isn't it?
It is.
Your child, Beryl Underwood, did he have any second thoughts?
I don't want to discuss it.
He's your only child, so I wondered how it went. Well, could you enlighten me?
Beryl is very different from you. He always has been. I was blind. It won't happen again. Beryl would have begged me to get what he wanted. Your patience reassures me. I'm making the right choice with you.
You seem to really have a problem with him.
Yes, and that's why you must stay away from him.
This separation between you, what caused it?
Don't dig too far into it. You know this is something I don't discuss.
That's too bad.
Disziplin. Dialogkräfte. Können bei allen passenden Dialogen Wahlmöglichkeiten genutzt werden. Um deine Dialogkraft einzusetzen, musst du sie auf den Auswahlrad aktivieren und dich dann für eine Dialogoption entscheiden. Es kann nur eine Dialogkraft gleichzeitig aktiv sein. Du kannst die Kraft ein- oder ausschalten, solange du noch keine Dialogoption gewählt hast. Mauern des Verstands. Kostet 2 Blut. Erhöht die Erfolgschance um 50%, wenn die nächste Verteidigung zu einem Unentschieden nach der Verwendung einer Fähigkeit kommt.
I'm not one to beat around the bush, especially on a matter like this. So either be frank with me, or be silent.
I'm sorry, it's just that it's not easy for me.
I'm listening.
Beryl asked me to come by and see him.
Did you?
I didn't think anything bad could happen. I actually thought that...
You ignored what I told you. Don't ever do that again. What did he want with you?
Nothing in particular. He wanted to get to know me. He told me about Seattle, the Camarilla. He was just being nice, that's all.
Beryl isn't nice. He's dangerous. I'm going to have a word with him.
But...
Wait here.
Just one more, and then you can go rest.
All right. Thanks, Ms. Ortiz. Want a bite?
Wollen Sie zubeißen? Aber ich habe gerade gar keinen Hunger.
Come back soon.
So. Die 2 Separés haben wir damit auch entdeckt. Das wird schon genutzt. Hier steht auf jeden Fall genug Food rum.
Any news here?
Everyone is stressed out. I've never seen anything like it. They're all talking in hushed voices. They barely dare to look at each other.
People and their moods. I'm not interested in that.
I saw them take one of Jason Moore's bodyguards below. To question him, I imagine. That could be of interest to you. Say, how are things with the girl?
Excuse me.
It's Zoofang, right?
She's not a girl.
Things going okay?
Yes, things are fine.
She seems worried.
Don't worry about her.
Do you think you'll embrace her soon?
As soon as possible, once the prince gives me permission.
You met Fang at MIT, didn't you?
I first discovered her by reading one of her articles.
What does she write?
She studies the blue economy.
To each his own. I don't even know what that means.
It's about hope. A hope of making up for centuries of exploitation.
Since when are you concerned about that?
Since I saw Beryl poison our kind.
Blood or money? I've never embraced anyone.
How come?
The story of my life, and my unlife. I have no progeny, mortal or otherwise.
By choice?
Yes, and no. When things weren't so strict, I could have asked, but I didn't have anyone in mind. Not like you and Fang. Now it's too late, as I've clearly been made to understand.
Maybe you'll get another chance.
Oh, you mean that after the SI's done with us, our overpopulation problem will be solved?
I didn't mean it like that.
But still. Be that as it may, I hope the prince will allow you to do it.
I don't know.
I hope last night isn't weighing on you too heavily.
I'm all right.
The prince won't base her decision on just that. You've already proven your worth, Mr. Bazori.
We'll see about that. I'd better be going.
See you.
Entspannende Musik hier.
A message from Caius. Need you downstairs. Urgent issue. Bad timing. I'm going to have to choose. Help Caius or speak with Beryl.
Ich kann nur eins machen, entscheide dich.
Damn. Aber ich lasse euch kurz mal mit dieser Aussicht alleine, denn ich muss kurz pinkeln. Bis gleich. Nee. 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 So? So? Ich glaube so. Ja. Ah, ich hab's fast raus. Die Sache mit den Kopfhöris. Ich glaube, wir gehen nach unten zu Chaos und lassen Barrel in Ruhe.
There's no point in hanging around here bothering me. It's gonna take me a while.
Very well, Mr. Sheridan. Please excuse me. I've got cramps. I'm so tired. I've been at this for hours.
I'm gonna go get a drink soon.
Okay, anscheinend wird gerade das Archiv vernichtet. Samstagabend, ja. Denke. Also muss Samstag bis 17 Uhr arbeiten.
If you've got a question, take it to Ms. Bosley.
Art enthüllt, Vampir. Ah. Okay.
The pile's not getting any smaller.
Ah, Ghoul. Vampir. Was ist denn jetzt ein Ghoul? Ein Sterblicher, der das Blut eines Vampirs trinkt, wird manchmal vorübergehend zu etwas, das sowas mehr oder weniger. Okay. Ah, hier, da ist die Party Lady.
Please, April is really tense.
Na gut.
Caleb, you don't come here often. Sorry, things are a little hectic here. As you can see.
What's going on?
Code Red. We're destroying all of our files. Following protocol.
You're destroying all our files?
No, not everything. Obviously. Some information needs to be saved. The rest will be a treasure trove for anyone who wants to harm us. That's what's got to disappear. It's a huge undertaking. And of course, Hazel's putting major pressure on me. She's normally a little high-strung, but you can imagine how much worse it's become.
It's her job. She's trying to keep us from going down with the ship, no matter the cost.
I agree. And you know how much I love Hazel. But it's starting to get hard to manage. My efficiency might be the stuff of legend, but even I make mistakes. How about you? Is everything all right?
After last night, who could say that?
I mean, you know, your condition.
My condition?
You know, you're the eldest among us now.
Der Lockruf.
Are you worried about me, or the void I'll leave behind?
You're an essential asset for the Camarilla. You disappearing now would be one of the worst possible things that can happen to us.
It's true that reliability is a virtue in decline.
Don't leave us. That's all. For Hazel's sake.
I've got my own reasons to stay.
I was wondering, what is it like? Do you hear voices? Does it come at you all at once?
Anti, Hallöchen, wie geht's?
It's more like a feeling. A light one at first. Then it grows and grows until it becomes unbearable.
It doesn't look so unbearable for you.
I'm hanging on, but you shouldn't worry about it. You're still very young.
Listen to us. Talking about growing old, like mortals do.
What's wrong?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just the Second Inquisition attack. You're the only person here who doesn't seem fazed by it. London seems so far away. Now they're here. They're destroying the people we know. I really need to get back to work.
Good luck.
Hatten wir mit Dings schon gelesen, als wir hier waren? Falsche Taste. So, So, wo ist denn der Aufzug jetzt? Oder muss ich den Aufzug dann nehmen?
Caleb,
Oh.
our secret agent is back already. The soldier is on furlough.
Not for long, I'm afraid. The prince will undoubtedly have some new task for me.
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen. Even Beryl is in the dark.
He's not used to that. It'll be good for him.
Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
I don't see why I would have any regrets.
That's no surprise. Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time. Otherwise, they end up making a mess of things.
But trying to influence them is pointless.
You must be subtle about it, that's all. I give Mem just enough freedom so that she doesn't completely hate me. But I know exactly how to make her do whatever I want. Do you really think you'll have time to embrace Fang?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
No, excuse me, I have to go.
Of course.
Roter Flur.
Mr. Bazori, your child is in his office.
Ich will aber nicht mit meinem Kind reden. Was ist mich ein blöder Fußfetisch ist. Ah, das ist der Aufzug. Okay, den nehmen wir dann gleich. Wir gucken noch mal kurz hier drüben, wer da unterwegs ist.
There's no point in insisting.
The prince didn't ask you for your opinion.
Hazel can't just ignore me and then call me in like this. Now get out of here before I make your blood boil.
Mr. Siaka, you're taking a big risk.
Goodbye.
Asshole.
Boah, der hat voll den Mittelfinger gezeigt.
What a nightmare. It's chaos here.
Now she's sending you.
Run into some trouble with the prince?
That's a question to ask Hazel. She's the one who doesn't know what she wants.
Did she ask you to do something?
She summoned me like a servant. I know she doesn't trust me, even though I don't understand why. She's gone all paranoid Ice Queen, and there's no way I'm gonna let it cost me my head. I don't know how you still put up with her.
You owe your place in the Primogen to her.
What, you think I don't know that? I've always done my best to keep her from screwing things up. But when she reached out to Hartford...
Is there a problem with Hartford?
I told Hazel we can't trust them.
Do you have any evidence to support what you're suggesting?
She doesn't know Deneb the way I do. She wouldn't listen to my warnings.
Her plan was bold.
Risky is a better adjective. After what happened last night, I'm not sure you realize just how deep the shit we are in goes.
And I suppose you have the solution?
Maybe. Not that I'm happy about it. There's interesting stuff going on in other places. Boston's not the center of the universe.
We don't know who can be trusted. This is no time to leave. If the prince has kept you in the dark, she must have had a good reason for it. Just look at what happened.
Open your eyes, Caleb! The Boston Camarilla is crumbling before our eyes! What are the odds we survive?
They're not good, I'll grant you that. It might be too late for Boston.
You know what it's like! To feel called to be elsewhere.
That has nothing to do with this. Salem isn't elsewhere. You won't be any safer there.
It's just a starting point. We thaumaturgs will find a way to deal with it.
I see that you've planned for everything.
I've already lost too much time. You shouldn't waste your time either.
If you leave, Hazel will catch up with you.
What do you mean?
You know, she doesn't like people who have been disloyal, especially now.
Hazel doesn't need new enemies. She should be wary.
Be careful.
Goodbye, Caleb.
Oh, der droht voll, der Dude. Also ich dachte, macht das so, wenn man drin ist, dann erstmal losschreien. In jeder Situation. Man ist drin, losschreien. Niemand hat die Tür zu... Wieso geht denn die Tür nicht mehr auf? Boah. Ich wollte zurück zum Fahrstuhl. Was ist das denn für ein crazy Platz? Einfach so eine erhabene Ebene, wie cool. Ja, ich drücke die Daumen, dass die ankommen. Meine waren auch am nächsten Tag da. Also ich hoffe, das klappt bei dir auch so. Ganz geil ist bei den Kopfhörern, man hat ungefähr 800 verschiedene Möglichkeiten, die auch in die Ohren zu stöppeln, weil die so eben so Gummi und so Schaumstoffpropfen wie so Oropax. Das ist eigentlich ziemlich nice. Okay, das ist wohl dieses
The
Kunst.
prince will see you shortly. I'll send someone for you.
Bei Chatnoppi. U1. Ich will mir trotzdem mal die Empfangshalle angucken. Mal Kopfhörer bestellen und dann einen Monat lang warten und dann Stornierung bekommen, ist halt auch ein bisschen kacker.
We're waiting for Mr. Leto's signal. Until then, if you have any questions, save them. Got it?
No problem.
Great. Weren't you the one who was doing servants and their loose lips?
I want to report on his activities pronto. I don't like the sound of that at all. Oh, there you are. Follow me, please. We'll speak in private.
You wanted to see me?
Happy to see you, Caleb. We don't usually let anybody down here, but I can bend the rules for you.
To what do I owe this honor?
I need you. Something's come up. On the night of the attack, someone sent a message to an unauthorized recipient.
Do you know who it was?
Not now, but I will soon enough. Otherwise, the prince will have my head. Caleb, I need your help. I get the feeling that it's all connected. It's too huge to be a coincidence.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Jarrah Drory.
Jarrah Drory haben wir. Kein Bild, okay. 8. Generation, auch schon über 200 Jahre alt.
What you're telling me is extremely serious. I hope you have proof.
If I did, do you think I'd be asking for your help? But I wouldn't accuse her unless I had serious doubts. Think it through carefully. For starters, she's one of the few who knows how the system works.
She'd be able to cover her tracks, wouldn't she?
Maybe. But maybe she made a mistake.
According to our intel, Jarrah may have been captured.
She was caught in her own trap. Anyways, nothing concrete. Just a hunch, if you want to call it that. In my place, under the current circumstances, I can't really go poking my nose in her business.
And I can.
Nobody will bother you. I'm not asking for much. Just take a look in Jarrah's room to see if you can find anything that ties her to any of this. And if you could do it quickly.
Why?
Because I'm about to erase a ton of data. It's the Code Red protocol. And since Jarrah vanished, the prince wants her personal data to disappear along with her. That doesn't give us much time. You in?
I could maybe go and take a look around.
Great. I found a key to her room. Take it.
Thanks.
It's our last chance to recover the data from Jarrah Drory's computer before everything disappears for good. Just insert this thumb drive and it will download everything I need. If she betrayed us, I'll know.
Fine. I'll go see what I can find.
Thanks. One last thing.
Uh-huh.
If you could keep this just between you and me.
Fine.
And don't come back to see me here. It's supposed to be sealed. It'll look suspicious. I'll send in an engineer after you. Give him the drive when you're done, but don't tell him anything. We have to keep this between us.
As you wish.
Der arme Nosferatu wieder einfach vor sich hin verwest. Ist halt schon ein bisschen sad. So, es ist schon unsterblich und sein Körper gammelt trotzdem dahin.
Now's not the time for mistakes.
Dejan wanted to warn us about the Hartford Chantry's favorite rituals. He doesn't trust Deneb Osborne.
We're going to wipe this server soon.
Mr. Bazori, it's a pleasure to have you back here. If you ask me, there's not much more you'll be able to get out of this retainer besides blood. But go ahead. If you ask me, there's not much more you'll be able to get out of this retainer besides blood. But go ahead.
James, isn't it? Jason Moore's bodyguard.
Yes, Mr. Bazori.
I've got some questions for you.
I've already answered so many questions.
You weren't with Moore yesterday. You went against standing orders.
No, he sent me to his office.
Why?
I was supposed to pick up some files. He was being really weird, like he was stalling for time.
You were supposed to bring him here, weren't you?
Yeah, but he said he had to get some documents from his place, and then he sent me to his office. At the time, I didn't think too much of it, but looking back on it, he was really doing everything he could not to leave with us.
You should have been more attentive. What happened once you got to his office?
I had a hard time finding what he wanted. He wasn't very clear about where I'd be able to find some specific invoices.
You lost precious time. You weren't his handservant.
When I came back, the police had the whole place roped off, so I came straight here. And since then, I've done nothing but answer questions and wait.
How naive. Moore was at the party. So were you.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
You don't really have a choice.
Like I told the others, I don't really remember precisely what happened. It's all a blur. It happened so fast, and they almost got us. They came from all sides, and there was a stench of burned flesh and gunpowder. I'd seen a lot of things before, but that, it was unbearable. I don't know how we made it out. I don't know.
Nothing before that.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Do you know what's going to happen next?
I have no idea. Nobody's telling me anything. Do you know?
The prince will determine your fate when she has time.
I'm not a high priority, am I?
I wouldn't be in a hurry if I were you.
I could still be useful to the Camarilla. Please.
I'm not the one who needs to hear it. I must leave you.
I get the feeling I'll be staying here a long time.
Bist du ein Mensch?
If there's another attack, I don't know how we'll survive.
I'm a survivor, I am detective. So. In Jarrahs Raum sollen wir jetzt. Computerdaten klauen. Und gucken, ob sie die Böse ist. Warum sind die Türen zu? Voll anstrengend. Boah, alle Türen sind zu. Was soll das denn jetzt?
I could use a nap.
Ah, funktioniert gut. Wie war das, wenn wir drin sind, erstmal schreien? Ah! Jarrah, ich hatte dir gerne diesen Bund gegeben, auf den du so lange wartest. Aber ich kann mich nicht überwinden, dich dazu zu verdammen, meine Lage zu teilen. Doch keine Angst, ich werde mich niemals von dir abwenden, Jarrah, niemals. Wir sind auf ewig aneinander gebunden, wir sind eins. Seit dieser ersten Nacht, diesem ersten Moment, nichts kann uns jemals trennen. K. Ist das eine Reflexion oder ein Interaktionspunkt? Reflexion.
Let's see if Caius was right.
Inspizieren.
Jarrah always was old-fashioned. Whatever's in this box must be important.
Mechanismus analysieren.
This lock would be at home in the highest security bank. Jarrah never did trust anyone. It appears that this place was hidden with an illusion. It's not like Jarrah to let that kind of thing wear off.
Ah, okay. Zweimal rechts auf jeden Fall. Oder 2 rechts, 3 rechts. Wo bist du? Die Zeit ist gekommen. PWD. Okay.
Jarrah has always been wary of new technology.
Ah, okay, das ist die Reihenfolge. Links, rechts, Knopf.
Jarrah was conducting her own investigation. There is no way Caius would be expecting that.
Entschlüsselte Konversation, 4. September 2019 um 21:30 Uhr, Aquila, Corvus. Sie haben den alten Code verwendet. Die jüngste Version wurde kommentiert. Es ist eine gute Idee, die Codes für mich zu behalten. Alternativ Vorgehen. Pause. Zeitpunkt des letzten Kontakts 1907. Dauer 2 Minuten 27 Sekunden. Gibt es etwas zu berichten? Notiz. Sie sind zuversichtlich und haben die Sicherheit vernachlässigt. Corvus. Natürlich, der Prinz will die Überwachung des Hafens verstärken. Ich kenne nicht alle Einzelheiten, aber es könnte ihre Transfers erschweren. Ist das alles, was ihr könnt? Danke, ich werde es an die Teams weiterleiten. Ich warte immer noch auf die letzte Aktenlieferung. Ich arbeite daran. Sie wird bald kommen. Aquila over and out. Ende der Unterhaltung. Notiz, das scheint ein Test zu sein, um zu sehen, ob die Identifizierung auch ohne den Code funktioniert. Wieso? Brauche mehr Informationen.
It appears Caius was wrong. He and Jarrah may have been looking for the same individual. That should take less than a minute.
Frage ist jetzt, ob der Nosferatu vielleicht jetzt der Verräter ist. Der Sicherheitsdude im Keller. Explodiert einfach der Laptop, wir sind tot.
I hope Caius will be able to use what's on this thumb drive. I think that's everything. Now it's Caius's turn.
Okay, da sind die Codes. Ausfahrparty. Es ist genau 22 Uhr. Ich breche zur Party auf und überlasse Caius Leto die Verantwortung. Sie kennen das Verfahren. Sagen Sie allen Bescheid. Ich verlasse mich auf mich selbst, um zu schützen, was geschützt werden muss. Und ich muss meine eigenen Methoden, bla bla bla, Neugier zu schützen. Wir konnten ja auf dem Computer jetzt nichts finden. Entscheide dich. Was soll ich mich entscheiden? Oh. Ach so, ja.
Hello, Mr. Missouri. Mr. Leto asked me to wait until you were done. He also told me you'd have something for me.
Here it is. Give it to him, and him alone.
And don't ask any questions. I get it. Are you done here?
You may proceed.
Thanks.
I hope Caius knows what he's doing. Hazel is probably ready to see me now. I won't make her wait.
Gut, auf zum Fahrstuhl und zum Prinzen. Boah, muss ich jetzt echt unten lang laufen. Warum machen die Türen zu? Warum machen die Tür zu? Ich habe schon so lange am Rätsel gebraucht. Jetzt muss ich auch noch rätseln, welche Türen offen sind und welche nicht. Oh, voll fiese.
The prince is ready to see you now.
Great.
Caleb.
My prince.
We were expecting you.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. The situation has changed. The money is gone. The accounts have been emptied.
What? That's impossible.
Only Jason Moore could have transferred the money. The situation is dire.
Moore would never have done it on his own. He would never have dared.
I agree. It's much too bold a move for him. And that's what concerns me the most. Someone used him to attack us. Someone who was extremely well prepared.
Prinz ist der Titel. Unter den Vampiren, der eine Stadt, eine Region, ein Ort beherrscht. Es ist der Titel Prinz. Da wird nicht unterschieden.
It might be one of our own.
That's what I think. It's the most plausible explanation.
If there's a traitor among us, I'll have their head.
One thing at a time. I'll take care of the traitor, personally. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. If you have nothing more to say, we can move on to the reason I sent for you.
Did you read Jarrah Drory's file?
I wish I'd never seen it.
There's too much I despise in it.
She never mentioned she was monitoring the Primogen's finances.
But she's not here to shed any light on it. What did you think about Richard Dunham's file?
Money that should be going to me seems to go missing whenever he touches it. Richard is far too important to me. I can't afford to upset him now. But if his research doesn't pay off soon, I won't hesitate to show him my disappointment.
I'm listening.
I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delsin was able to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy, but it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
And certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there and kill their leader.
As I've said before, you can count on me.
Good. That's what I was hoping you'd say. When the time comes, I won't forget to reward those who've been loyal to me.
I won't let you down. What's the plan?
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly. All you have to do is stop simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is probably going to take place tonight. After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Who is my target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take.
Die Leopoldsgesellschaft ist ein verdeckt agierender militärischer Arm des Vatikans, der seit dem Mittelalter Jagd auf das Übernatürliche macht. Für die Gesellschaft ist die zweite Inquisition nichts weiter als die Inquisition, die sie schon im 13. Jahrhundert ins Leben gerufen haben. Die Leopold-Gesellschaft ist international tätig und arbeitet mit der Referenz jahrhundertelanger dokumentierter Tätigkeiten für andere Agenturen in Beratung und Spezialistenfunktion. Okay. SAD, zweite Inquisition, das Institut. Wo haben wir das Kind? Lockrufe, Erinnerungsmagie, Hunger, Keinskinder, ja, Vampire. Masquerade. Prinz. Prinz, ein Vampir, der eine klar definierte Domäne für sich beansprucht, in der Regel eine Stadt und diesen Anspruch gegen alle anderen verteidigt.
Biggest place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems that the KEIN are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
I don't wish to be the bearer of ill tidings, but what if I fail? Do you have a backup plan?
Caleb, you won't fail. You're our only hope. We place all our trust in you to complete this essential mission.
There's no room for error, Bazori.
Cool.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well. My prince.
Okay, das ist meine Mission.